So you're going on vacation and you got to make a choice between maintaining your physique or actually enjoying your trip. Well, instead of choosing just one of those, I'm going to share with you some of the tips that I use to help you actually do both. So the first thing, when you're going on vacation, a lot of times people are dieting leading up to it, especially if you're going to the beach, something like this, because you want to try to look your best. And people tend to go on a steep cut, lose as much weight as possible, and then you get to the beach and then everything goes out the window. You just start eating whatever, you quit exercising, all that stuff, and you go from one extreme to the other. So the first step is to stop your cut early. And by that I mean 1 to 2 weeks before your trip. And the reason for this is when you go from a deficit and you're depleted, you don't have any glycogen, a lot of water's out of your system, all that type of stuff, and you go from that, exercising a bunch, to your trip, then you're eating anything you want. A lot of times you quit exercising, and then you gain a lot of weight from fat, water, muscle glycogen's filling back up. You gain a lot of weight overall, and you feel bloated and just blah. And after a few days, you look in the mirror and you're like, what happened? I just ate some food and now I look huge. So what I suggest for you is to stop your cut maybe a week early, and then you just sit at maintenance for that week leading up to your trip. And what this does is you go from feeling hungry all the time, being in a deficit, now moving to a place where you're at maintenance, maintaining whatever weight you're at a week or two prior, and then that helps get your appetite back normal. You don't feel like you want to eat everything in sight. And then when you do go on your trip, you're not as tempted to overeat and go crazy whenever you do start eating normal foods or more food because you're on vacation and wanting to enjoy yourself. So stopping the cut early is just an easy mental way to help you out ahead of time to get your body feeling back somewhat normal instead of feeling deprived from being on a diet for so long. And step number 2 is to meal plan. And I don't mean go cook a bunch of stuff, put it in tubs and have meals with you everywhere you go, because that's definitely not going to be enjoyable. I don't even do that at home. But what I am talking about is go to the store, buy some stuff that you know is good for you, snacks, things that you can eat throughout the day that are going to help you still meet your protein goals. For instance, 1 gram per pound of body weight is what I try to do. And the things I typically get are Greek yogurts, protein bars. I have like 4 boxes of protein bars upstairs that I'll grab one and take out with me. So instead of snacking on chips and stuff that's not going to fill me up and it's just a ton of calories because you can keep eating and eating them, eat a protein bar. That's helping me still get to those goals to maintain the physique that I have. And to go along with that, eat mostly at home. And obviously this is going to depend on what kind of place you're staying at. If you're in a hotel with no kitchen, well, then you're going to be limited. But if you do have kitchen options, fridge, cooking stuff, you can make different meals for yourself. Make some salads, even if you just have a microwave, you can get things like Lean Cuisines. They have some really good fettuccine alfredo, all kinds of meat meals, things that are pretty high in protein and lower in calories, and you can eat that stuff throughout the day. And that doesn't mean, hey, you're gonna sit in your room and just eat all this stuff and not go out and enjoy stuff. No, still go out and eat things, but try to stick to the same types of foods you eat most of the time throughout the day, and then go out to eat once a day or so. That's what I typically try to do. If I'm going to go out to eat, do it once and don't go out to eat for every single meal, and you'll save some money that way too. But that helps you not to eat as many calories when you go out to all those restaurants that have food with 2,000-3,000 calories in a meal. And that's not to say you can't eat that type of stuff. Say you go somewhere and you like the pasta. Okay, it's a 3,000 calorie meal. When you get your pasta, cut it in half, put half in a to-go box, eat half there so you don't feel bloated and crazy from stuffing it all in your mouth and feeling terrible the rest of the day. And then you can take the rest of that food and eat it later on. And then you get that good meal that you wanted 2 times and you don't feel sick after eating it. So little tips like that help out. Or you can always still get things like chicken Caesar salads. There's all kinds of good options at restaurants. And that goes along with some other videos I have, a series on eating only fast food while remaining within your calories. I'll link those videos down below, or playlists for it. But almost every single restaurant, even fast food places, have healthier options. And that doesn't mean you're not enjoying yourself because you're eating a lower calorie option. Things that still taste good. Like I can eat a 1,500 calorie burger, or I can eat an 800 calorie chicken sandwich. The chicken sandwich still tastes really good. That doesn't mean I'm totally depriving myself. And I'll probably have a burger sometime on the trip too, but just make choices that help you reach your goals that still taste good. So just don't make excuses. There's always good options. When you go to breakfast buffets at your hotels, instead of going through and just grabbing all the muffins and donuts, go through and eat a plate first of things like eggs, some kind of meats, Greek yogurts, that stuff that's going to fill you up, get the protein you want, get the good nutrients you want. And if you're still hungry after that, then go get a donut or get a muffin, but do it after you've already gotten the things that you know are gonna help you meet your goals and that still tastes good. And the next step is to exercise. And that doesn't mean you have to go to a gym and lift weights, although if you do lift weights, I suggest you still do it. And there's lots of options too. Almost everywhere I've gone, there's some kind of gym around that has a day pass, $5-10 a day, which really isn't that much considering all the other stuff you spend your money on. But even so, there are lots of places that have a free trial day pass. I was in California a few weeks ago and I got a 72-hour pass, 3 days. I got a 3-day pass to go to this gym. So I did my full push-pull leg split while I was on that trip in a really good gym. So if you look around, there's probably some good options. So if I do a push-pull leg split twice a week for 6 workouts, well, instead of doing that, I could do one full body workout twice in a week, and that's enough to maintain what I already have. You know, maybe I go in the first time and I'll do a bench press and a leg press, some kind of lat pull down, and then a few extra lateral raises, calf raises, biceps and triceps in a circuit, a couple rounds of that. And then that's it. And then 3 days later I go again, do another full body workout. Maybe I'll do some squats, some incline bench pressing, some other kind of row, maybe a seated row or barbell row, and then another circuit for all the secondary muscles. And that's enough to maintain. You go there for an hour once every 3 days, you get a good pump, you feel good after you're done at the gym, and you maintain what you have so you're not a whole lot weaker when you get home after your trip. And there's other things you can do on the other days, just planning activities for what you're doing. You know, I'm at the beach obviously, so I can go swimming, I do with the kids, playing around on the beach, just walking, going for walks. I mean, that's enough exercise. That's all you need. Go for a walk in the morning and at night, and it's relaxing, it's enjoyable. If you're out in the mountains skiing, well, there's exercise for you. If you're hiking, a lot of times trips, there are things, built-in activities you can do, but just make sure you're moving around and doing something. Like, we went to Disney a couple years ago, or Universal Studios. In the first couple days, I was tracking on my watch, and I was walking around 10 miles every day, which is burning way more calories than I do in my lifting workout. So depending on what you're doing, you know, you might even be eating more than you do at home and maintaining your weight because you're actually moving around so much more than you're used to. And a few more tips as far as exercise goes. When you're out and about, you know, park further away from the store so that you walk further to get in. If you have stairs, if you're on a higher level, we're on the 12th floor here, you know, walk up the stairs. Maybe not every time or if it's with your suitcase, but I like to walk up the stairs just because it's doing something else. You're burning more calories, you're working your muscles, and just keeping your heart rate up and keeping it healthy. And the last thing is to remember that you can enjoy without going overboard. For some reason, a lot of people have this mentality, and I've heard it, that, oh, I'm going on vacation, I just want to enjoy. I don't want to have to worry about any of that stuff. Well, why is it that it's one extreme or the other? You don't have to go and I'm going to eat everything I want and every kind of sweets, eat ice cream and brownies and cookies and go to all these places every day and eat everything in sight. Like, why does eating have to be the only thing you enjoy? You can still enjoy it without going crazy. And if you do end up binging on something, like I had, I don't know, like 6 pieces of pizza the other night. I was really hungry. We went on a long bike ride and I wasn't depressed about it, but don't let that kind of stuff get you down if it does happen. Like, okay, I ate a bunch, big deal. Probably not gonna be as hungry the next day. Like, I didn't even eat till lunch the next day because I was so full, and completely fine. It's not like it's gonna, one overeating meal is gonna ruin your diet, but if it starts messing with your mind and you're getting depressed, then evaluate what's wrong. Maybe you're too lean and it's unsustainable and you need to change your diet, or maybe you do need some more weight so that you can be comfortable without feeling bad about what you're doing. And as far as exercise goes, if you don't enjoy exercise, then find something you do enjoy doing and then do that. I went on a bike ride the other day with the kids. It was a lot of fun. They were riding scooters, I was riding a bike, I got exercise. That was my workout for the day. But for me, I actually enjoy lifting weights, exercising, getting a pump. It's fun for me, so I like finding a gym, doing that stuff. So the biggest thing is find something that works for you and just stick to it. Maintaining a lifestyle of fitness is what it's all about. So when you go on vacation, you still maintain the same thing because you like what you're doing. If you're cutting so much, cutting all these things out of your diet, and you feel like you're missing out on life, well, that's not sustainable. Find a way, find a diet that works for you for life so that you can enjoy yourself no matter where you are. If you're at home on vacation, you just keep living the same way, but you relax more on vacation because you're not working. But I hope that was helpful. Let me know if there's anything you do down in the comments, at Camber Fitness, all that good stuff. I'm gonna go have fun with the kids. See you soon.